you can see, it's really phenomenal. Charlie says it runs well. He says it gets better gas mileage than our pickup truck because it's a diesel. And it even has booster seats in it for little kids, just like we had when I was teaching special education preschool. But the problem is, I mean, we don't have any kids to ride in it or anything, but still, I mean, it's just an adorable little bus. And I'm very excited because that will be our mode of transportation. The problem is, after we got the bus, we started driving back. We drove for a couple hours, but I started getting really, really tired because our initial intention, oh wait, back up, still got some more to say. So before you can get the bus, in Pennsylvania, what you have to do is you have to immediately go get it notarized and go to the DMV when you go to sell something, a vehicle. So we had to follow this guy over to the DMV for him to, like, he had to pay a fee and get temporary tags and, you know, all that kind of stuff. Sign the title over with the notary and all that. So everything's situated and we get on the road and head back towards home. And the problem is, our original intention was that if we left at 4 in the morning with Charlie driving in the dark for part of the time, then by the time we got ready to come back home and all, we should be home by 5:30, somewhere between 5:30, 7:30, and the sun was supposed to set at 7:30. I can't drive at night because I can't see very well. Plus, you know, me and sleep, and I'd not had a nap. So as it turned out, by the time we had all the delays that we had, you know, here it was like 5:30-ish, 7:30-ish, something like that. And I was really getting tired. I was really tired. I didn't feel like I was going to fall asleep or anything like that because we had already previously talked about it, that if anything came up, we would get a hotel. But I was trying not to, as long as it was still daylight. But it was closing up on, it was between 5:30, 7:30, something like that. And we were like, no, let's just go ahead and get a hotel because I was so tired. And then we could get something to eat, and we have to have a nice relaxing evening, and then get up in the morning and drive the rest of the way. So, last night, we stopped in, what's the name of that town? Emmetsville. Very nice little town. We stayed at a sleep-in, but you know, it just, for the first time, it occurred to me, the title of that kind of hotel, sleep-in. You can sleep in. I never got that before. Okay. So, a nice hotel room, nice king-size bed, you know, very nice hotel. And so, when we checked in at the hotel, Charlie asked the girl behind the desk where was somewhere to eat. She gave us this little map and showed us some little places we could go. And she said, but the best place to go, the best place in town is this place right here. And she showed us on the map. It was called the Ott House, O-T-T House. So we decided, hey, we'll try that out. So we drove down there, parked. Oh my goodness, the little town was so cool. Just really, really unique compared to where I have lived in the past. And I took a couple pictures and videos, which I'll show you now. So we went to the Ott House, and it was really cool. I had a soft-shelled crab sandwich, fresh, caught. All the food at this place was fresh caught, and Maryland crab. I mean, you know how it goes. Charlie had these big, huge shrimp, fried shrimp, and I had a taste of that. It was delicious, just very delicious. And it was just a nice, relaxing evening date. It was so fun. And then we came back to the hotel, and I mean, we were both very exhausted. And he had not slept very much the night before, but he hardly sleeps ever anyway. It's just, he has a hard time with falling asleep, going to sleep. He has insomnia, basically, most of the time. And so anyway, we had a really good sleep, shower from being sticky and stuff. Luckily, I had packed things just in case that we should stay overnight in a hotel. And then this morning, got up. They had a free breakfast, but Charlie is not a breakfast eater at all. And I went down there, and it was so crowded. There was no room left. We should have gone down earlier for breakfast, but I'm glad that we slept a little longer. And now we are back on the road. And our first pit stop is going to be a Starbucks because we both are craving some really good coffee. But anyway, we should make it back around noon or so, and I am very excited that this trip has turned out to be not something grueling, not something like, oh, we're under pressure for time, we've got to get a vehicle, we've got to get there before dark, get back home before dark, you know, because it started out kind of that way. And, you know, I've been in many situations like that, but I'm hoping that